Hey, so I'm here talking about the evils of the music industry. So it's not actually music's industry as in like evils regarding like people not listen to music. It's more like how they bring people in and then go and fight them and like try and get them in to make music. So this is more like that, like things that happen behind the scenes in order to become a very successful artist. So in order to become a successful artist, you have to of course sign contracts and get into those contracts, get heard from somebody before, like a manager or something, and then from the manager you move on, and the manager gets you more and more contracts. So you go on live stages and you go on different areas and you start performing, and people start picking you up. And once people start picking you up, more and more gates open for you, more and more doors open, as long as you're popular and your music is within, say, and then other companies eventually will fight for you, like the guys who create discographies and stuff. They'll fight for you. They'll be like, okay, the record label will be like, I want this person on my record label. They'll offer you a certain amount of money, and then another record label is going to offer you a certain amount of money. So it's not actually about you making a decision on which record label to go with. It's more like which one will leave you sane, because the majority of them will just drive you completely insane with all their like royalty fees and how much money they're gonna cut off the top and everything. There's actually artists talking about it. I believe it was Young Jeezy, and he was talking about how his royalties, 90% or 80% or something, was going to the music industry, like the record label that has pre-started him. So he started his own record label, so he could take 100% of the royalties. You don't have to pay anybody else. So that's kind of like the theme of this podcast, I would say. So music is actually geared towards everybody, and people enjoy music. There's good music, there's great beats out there, everything. It's just when it comes to like the nitty gritty of the music industry, it becomes a little bit evil. Like there's actually an artist, his name is Smart. If you go and listen to his when he exposes the music industry, I'm not sure who he is now. I haven't googled him or checked him on YouTube or anything. At one point he was talking about how there's like when you want to get in, he was in the studio and there was a new artist coming to the studio and he wanted to get signed. So what had happened is the producer would like keep mixing something into his drink. So as he would mix things into his drink, the guy would keep taking shots and they like lace your marijuana or your weed or something, wherever you're smoking, they lace it with something so you're out of your mind. And then like he said that he saw like three big men come in and rape this guy, like full out rape him. And then the next day they would show him the video of him getting raped, and they would tell him to sign the contract if you're okay with it. So the artist said, "Well, I've been this far, might as well sign the contract now. There's no point of me not signing the contract. I already got raped, so might as well take the 100,000 advance, 200,000 advance, whatever it is, and start making music." But the problem is, even there, it's a problem because all the money that you make is going to be given back to the record label company anyways in royalties. You're not keeping that money. You have to remember that. Any type of advance, anytime anybody gives in advance, it's a money that you don't get to keep. It comes back to them somehow. There's contracts in place. Like you go to a job, I applied for a job, they'll give me $3,000 bonus or signing fee. But that 3,000 bonus signing fee was I have to work there for a year. I can't just leave. So that's why there is a lot of stipulations to contracts. You got to be careful what you're signing as well. So that's why in the music industry, there's a ton of contracts with a ton of different outlines and everything. And it's not like it's something that you can just sit and read through the contract. They give you like 3, 4 days to tell you hurry up, make a decision if you're gonna sign with us or not. So you actually gotta get a lawyer involved, and a lawyer needs to start fighting for you back and forth. And of course, the lawyer's in on it too. And it's just a big mess. So there's artists out there that create music or like different things for different people, but when they're not creating any music or anything like that for anybody, nothing happens, right? Like if an artist is creating music and you're enjoying it, great, right? Send money to that person directly rather than going through a record label. Of course, record label will give you a lot more like outreach, and you're gonna get to see a lot more things, and you get promotions and everything, and you go everywhere, and they take care of everything for you. But you gotta pay them your life, and eventually, it comes down to it where it goes to a point where you gotta start selling your soul to the devil. And I don't mean like literally selling your soul to the devil. I mean like making deals in order to get more and more successful. There's actually another guy on YouTube that's doing an interview. Can't name names, right? So he was talking about like how his friend decided to join. Well, him and his friend were pretty big beat producers for like Euro beats and stuff like that in Europe. So then these guys got invited from YouTube from a guy. He said, "Come to this location and be here, and um, there's gonna be like what do you call it? Like he just said, yeah, he just said just show up." So him and his buddy, they both got invites to it, and both of them were very excited. His buddy was actually more excited than him. He was saying, so they decide to go down there. Once they go down there, they said there's tons and tons of celebrities there. There's like a house, and there's like sections in a house. So as soon as the bell rang, they'll be in the first section, and the bell rings again, they'll go to the second section. The bell rings again, they go to the third section. And as they're going through sections, there's different types of things happening. Like in some place, like they have masks on, right? Like those hidden masks, so nobody can see who they are. So you got like masks on of different people, and it's like all these guys are just hiding their faces. And as they're hiding their faces, it just shows that these guys don't want you to know or want to know what's going on. Like they'll go to one room and they'll just full out sleep with each other, like go into a room and start sleeping with each other, start getting naked. The next room they're already naked, they're gonna put their clothes back on, and there's food, and they'll start ravenously eating food. They rip meat apart, they rip food apart, they eat just like animals. They won't even care. So at this point, he said he left. After he saw this, he said, "I can't do this no more." Like in my brain, as I was going through, it sounds like you have 7 rooms, so 7 deadly sins you gotta commit in order to move on. I'm not sure if they have to murder somebody or something, but I do hear like a lot in the music industry that people murder somebody in order to get ahead. I don't know if it's true or not, right? I don't live that life or anything like that, but to hear so many people talk about it over and over again, eventually it's got to be true, right? It's not like it's going to be a lie, right? Especially some artists who decide to like get out of it completely, or even some artists that convert to Islam, they talk about it, and they talk about how strong hold the devil has on the music industry. Like everybody here, you guys have to remember one thing: the devil has made it so everybody thinks he doesn't exist, right? So this music industry, this pedophilia, killing people, all this stuff, murdering, all this stuff. He has made it so people think that he doesn't exist, right? So they think it's okay. Like if I just do this, I'll just ask for forgiveness from God. It's not that easy, all right? Because if you're gonna go and ask for forgiveness, you gotta say sincerity of forgiveness to God, and you gotta continue that way. But the devil has played a trick that, oh, it's okay, you just did one, or if you get away with it, oh, okay, you got away with it, let's go do another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and eventually just leads you down the wrong path. Same thing kind of with music, except with music, the reward is money, right? Money, women, fame, uh, drugs, our social stuff. So it just leads you down a path that you wanna, like a path that you don't want to be on. But yeah, maybe I'll just wait for somebody to show up. Maybe I can speak with somebody regarding this. What they say. I have no subscribers, so I don't know if anybody will ever pick me up. Yeah, I'll just wait here for a bit, see if anybody pops up on this podcast, and see if anybody wants to speak with me. Oh, that's insane. Cool. I guess I wait for somebody to talk about like the music industry and see if anybody else is interested in these topics like this. I always find it interesting just to open up people's mind and have some like thought on different things. All right, I guess nobody's gonna be showing up on my stream anyway, so I think I'm just gonna end it here.